Hey guys, welcome back to another H1Z1 video here on the channel. Today I have something probably controversial. Probably a lot of you guys who actually play H1Z1 will understand what I'm about to say. Before we get into the video though, guys, there's a giveaway in the description box down below. Go ahead and get yourself a free weapon skin. It's for a Lightning AR-15 that will be given away at the end of the month. I'm also going to include the person who won the previous weapon skin giveaway. I'm going to have that on screen showing you who won and all that good sort of stuff, because you guys was concerned about where I announced my giveaways, and not all of you have Twitter, and I did actually only announce it on Twitter. So the person is on screen right now who won the giveaway. So simply getting into the video. Now, I'm going to talk about pros and cons of the most recent update, what I do and don't like and whatnot, whatever. Now, the pros are, right now, as of right now, of 1 day after, like 24 hours after the game has gone out, there doesn't seem to be any game-breaking bugs as of yet. We do know that doing an update, this isn't just for Daybreak, this is just for general game updates or updates in general. Basically, whenever you update a game, there's always a chance that it could cause a bug. You could fix a bug and update, and then adding something into a game can cause another bug. So as of yet, no game-breaking bugs, so good job, Daybreak, there. Another thing that I want to praise Daybreak for is that I believe the downtime was as scheduled. We do know that sometimes Daybreak can say it's going to be down for 8 hours, and then, you know, maybe a bug or an issue happens, and they have to, you know, quickly scramble to fix that, and then it can sometimes be in excess of 4 hours extra. I have seen it for that. But yeah, Daybreak, good job on no game-breaking bugs as of yet, and the downtime was as scheduled. Now I want to talk about the cons. Now, I'm not hounding, I'm not slating, I'm not trolling, I'm not flaming Daybreak at all. I'm so passionate about H1Z1, and right now I can't say I'm a fan of this update other than Team Spectate. Team Spectate should have been in the game a very, very long time ago. We all know that. It's in the game. Thank you, Daybreak, for putting it in. However, I'm going to talk about some stuff, and the reason I'm going to talk about it is because I want it to be aware. I want Daybreak to be aware of the stuff that I'm about to say. This is not... This video is straight off the top of my head. It's straight from... I've just had 3 or 4 hours on the game, and I can't... Man, the game... It just doesn't feel like H1Z1 anymore. It doesn't look like H1Z1 anymore. To me, the game's too dark. It's like there's a smog or a mist or a dusty filter on my character, wherever I'm in warehouses or wherever I'm in fields. I'm going to show you screenshots before the update and after the update here on screen. You can see this one. Very, very dark. I've messed with interior lighting. I've changed the lighting quality. I've changed the lighting effects, ambient occlusion. I've literally messed around for the last 2 hours trying to figure it out. This here is before the update. This is exactly how I like it. This one right here. Man, it just doesn't look the same to me, and that's a major issue for me, because one thing that I always loved about H1Z1 was how it looked and how it felt, and just right now it just doesn't feel like how it did before the update. Another thing, I'm actually noticing lower FPS. I don't know if this is because it looks like shadows are like constantly on. I know Daybreak said that they've done stuff to optimize the game. I could get 110 frames in PV before. Right now, I can't get above 80. So I don't know. Again, you know, I'm not slating Daybreak. I think it could be an issue with the shadows or the lighting effects that are currently in the game. I would love to see a fix for that. Another thing, Daybreak done a poll on the Hitmarkers. This one is a massive thing for me, right? Daybreak done a poll on Hitmarkers that said players, like 60% of players, can't tell whether they're hitting a helmet or flesh, or body armor or flesh, or whatever, right? But yet now you can't tell the difference between a helmet and body armor, and you also can't tell the difference between a headshot and a body shot, because the hit markers are the same thickness. Now, the headshot was always, whether it's a helmet or whether it was the actual skull that you was hitting, the hit marker was thicker. So I feel like if Daybreak are committing to this hit marker system, they need to add... Leave the hit markers as they are, but for whether you're hitting a helmet or the skull, the red one needs to be thicker and the yellow one needs to be thicker. So obviously the yellow hit marker for any form of armor, whether that's body armor or a helmet. If you're hitting a helmet and it's yellow, it needs to be thicker. If you're hitting a head, it needs to be thicker. You know what I mean? That for me is a big, big issue right now. Another thing is the hit marker sounds. All right, all well and do, right? All fair, all fair. Whenever you hit the helmet, it made it sound like dink. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a helmet crumbling. It was like a toink or some. It was a really weird sound. Put it that way. But now it just sounds like that you're dropping money into a jar, and it doesn't sound like a bullet at all. So I would love to see Daybreak make it so we can not have the game so dark. And if you guys know any fixes, please put them down in the description what's down below, because right now, dude, I'm struggling to find enjoyment in this game with how it looks right now. The FPS thing, I think that could be linked to the game being too dark. The hit markers, please add thicker hit markers in for helmets, not for body armor. Leave body armor the thin yellow hit marker, but just add a thick yellow hit marker when you hit helmet and a thick red hit marker when you hit the head. And please bring back the old sounds that was in before the patch. One last thing I want to touch on is I feel like the hit indication, or like when you get hit, the red, yellow, and white on the car, please give us an option to turn that off. I feel like there's way too much happening on my screen for me to concentrate on what's happening. Like, my car gets hit, and it's almost like mentally I panic because I'm like, damn, these guys are going to hit me. They're hitting my car. They're going to hit me. And it makes you make a bad decision. I don't feel like this is making the skill gap bigger in the game, which is what you need to be doing. One last thing. The hit markers on the car. I would like to see them go. I know Daybreak are not going to remove these, but the reason for this is it's going to make the skill gap smaller because some players don't know to lead shots. And when a car's traveling past you, you can now tell when you're hitting that car. If you get a white hit marker, you hit in the car. You lead a little bit further or a little bit higher, and you're going to get a body shot or a headshot. People are going to know to lead shots far longer than what they did because of the hit markers. I feel like this update is closing the skill gap and making it far smaller than what it needs to be. This is an esports title. This is a title that they want to bring to an esport platform. They want to have competitions, big prizes at stake. Making the skill gap smaller is only going to have a negative impact on that scene. The skill gap needs to be big. You need to feel like, you know, look at Ninja compared to me. But now I have the grounds to get to where Ninja is because I can now lead. I can learn to lead my shots far easier than what it was 6 months ago, where Ninja obviously excelled. You know what I mean? Daybreak, please listen to your audience. Please look on Reddit. Please look on Twitter. Please do another poll. Do another poll and say, do you like this current update? If no, what would you like to change? Do a survey. Exactly what you done with, you know, 3 or 4 months ago at Christmas time, I believe it was. Please, 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 can we have another poll? Can we have another survey? And let's see what those results are. Guys, I'm passionate about this game, but as of right now, I can't see myself continuing to play H1Z1 with the current state it's in. I'm not using Battlegrounds to sort of leverage this or anything like that. But right now, Battlegrounds are smashing everything that the community want. These games are for us. These games are not for the devs. The devs create the games for us. They need to listen to their community. They need to come out and say, look, we wanted to try something new. If you guys don't like it, we are prepared to go back to how it worked. You know that old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That applies to this situation right now. The game was perfect. Well, you know, guys, I'll see you in the next video, man. I hope they fix this.